Oh, hey, seventh graders. Hello. Let's talk about the Mayans. Whereas we're in North America, ancient North American civilizations, starting with the Mayans, the earliest, who basically ran Mesoamerica. The first question you had was, where is Mesoamerica? Well, it's the region that stretches from basically central Mexico to the northern part of Central America. So think this part of the world right below the United States, above South America. Think like Middle America or Central America. That was Mesoamerica. All right, the second question asks, how did the early Maya make use of their physical environment? Caesar, do you know? No. All right, well, I'll tell you. The early Maya, they relied on their land for farming. They did some crops, beans, squash, avocados, maize. They used trees and plants for their building stuff, and they needed the forest animals for food. The early American civilizations, like the Mayans, were very handy with the environment that were around us. They adapted the land and area to make it suitable for their living. The third question asks, when was the classic age of the Maya and how large did their territory grow? Again, Caesar, do you know? No. All right, well, I'll tell you. Mayans, they kind of reached their height, think 250 to 900, 1200 to, almost 17, 1800 years ago. Big stretch, though, where they dominated that Mesoamerican time. During this time, they had about 40 large cities, what we would call city states, which we've seen in Greece before. So that kind of leads us to our next question. The Mayans were never really like one large empire, they were more of large cities. In fact, again, 40 large city states that each had their own king. So it wasn't like one king ruled the entire empire. Each city state kind of did their own thing. What kept the Maya together and tied them together as one empire and civilization was trade. The trade amongst each other kind of united them, and that's how they kind of kept in contact. Now, the social pyramid of the Mayans we've seen somewhat before. Who was at the top? The king, the queen, the ruler, the ones that had the connection to the gods. Right below them, priests and nobles, mighty warriors. Where did most of us belong on the Mayan? Well, most of us, again, we're peasants. We're farmers. We're part of the lower class. We live outside of the city. We pay our respect to the king by giving him crops, clothing, salt. If the king asks us to construct temples or public buildings, we get to work. If there's a war going on, the men, they serve in the army. Now, Mayan religion. Like other groups at the time, Mayans how do you say that, Caesar? Polytheistic. Yeah, polytheism. They believe in many gods. You were supposed to write a poem. Caesar, are you ready for mine? Uh-huh. All right. The Mayan believed in many gods: God of sun, God of moon, God of maize. The people tried to please the mighty gods so they would have better days. The gods need our blood to keep us Maya safe and sound. When it comes to human sacrifices, I don't want to be around. Whoa! Yeah, it's pretty good, huh? The Mayan religion, again, polytheism, many gods that helped explain the natural events, and you didn't want to offend these gods because they either brought good fortune or, in some cases, terrible luck, famine, drought. That was relied on by the gods. There were human sacrifices in the Mayan religion. The blood to appease the gods. If you could make sacrifices and help the gods out, the gods would smile down upon you. Mayan culture is pretty cool. Science and math wizards. They had a whole calendar which they devised. Observatory towers, we've known them to have. They studied the stars, and that's how they helped develop some of those calendars. Jewelry of fine art and gold and silver. They had their own language, the Mayan hieroglyphics, kind of like the Egyptians. Exquisite architecture. The Mayans did really great things. Here's one of those temples they built. So you're thinking, what happened to the Mayans? Well, after 900, it's kind of mysterious. People stopped building the temples and structures. They moved away from the cities and they kind of just headed to the countrysides to farm and do their own thing. The empire kind of disbanded. There's many different theories, but some of the most common ones is they were running out of food. There was constant warfare and they were being attacked by others. Drought, climate change. But around 900, the Mayans' power and strength kind of dwindles and the civilization kind of just dies out. But we still see remnants of it today. You go down to Mexico or some of the Central American countries, you'll see some pretty cool stuff. That was the Maya, my friends. We thank you for watching and paying attention and going over the homework. Moving forward, you guys going to do some reading and learning about the Aztecs. See, is there anything we need to know? Bye-bye.